had a pocket pair. But whatever, what a hand. Well, alright. 3-2 offsuit. I'm still not ready to make moves yet. It's still too early. Still too early. And I just as soon let negative 81 get himself into trouble. We'll talk about a wet board. It just got even wetter. And it still goes check, check. Wow. Well, that is a very interesting bet, that 10,000. Because if he's got a club, yeah. Wow. Wow. I really, I have to give him credit there. I have to give him credit. You know, the thing is, though, is it's because it's Xbox, you always have to keep this in the back of your mind that perhaps the guy just really doesn't know what the hell he's doing. And that he thought that because he had a pair that he was better than the other guy or whatever. Now, quite honestly, I think that this shove by negative 81, he wants revenge. That's my read anyway. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction. I'm going to go ahead and fold, but I'm, of course, Hollywooded for a good long time to make it look like that. Wow, and he calls with King 7. Whoa! I think King 7 suited has to hit the muck there when somebody goes all in. Well, negative 81, that's not really what I wanted to see. He's back in the match, which means he's going to be more spewy than ever. And all that's really done is redistribute the chips. Okay, we're going to set mine with our 3s just because we're in the big blind and it looks very natural to check. And this way I don't have to bet on the flop. And we get another draw at our 3. We don't hit. Well, I have to give him credit for something. At any rate, I'm not crying over that. Here, on the other hand, I'm raising. And he calls. Okay, continuation bet. And that worked out great. I would like to raise it here, but I'm afraid, quite honestly, of a negative 81 all-in push. I think I'm just going to call with my Jack 10. I really don't like limping. I don't like limping under any conditions, but in this case, we're going to try to catch something. And it's surprising how he's all of a sudden betting reasonable amounts, even too reasonable. Still, it's okay. You can have it. Well, instead of checking to the razor, and negative 81 lays it down. Wow. And he checks. You'd think he'd want to continue, and now we got a third guy who wants to bet. Well, the nines, see, that's the problem though. The nines should have put pressure on, but then again, they just call with those. They keep calling and they keep calling, which actually is good for you, but then again, it's, you just can't get them off of. You can't get them off of those draws. Still have way too much money. The blinds are way too small. Not happy about this. Well, I'm going to bet my bottom pair. That's a little bit too much. That's not looking good for me. Still, I think we're going to have to make like a... There we go, 7,720. Okay, so that clears it up a lot. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, don't we? Well, I check. And we split the pot. This is a fold. Just hate the way that 4-9 looks. Anyway, small blind, first act. Negative 81, leading out and getting called in 2 places. And that's a pretty small bet. Well, yeah, I think he folds. Yeah, he's thinking about it. Yep. Okay, so now we have like a actually a half decent read, especially on negative 81. Actually, we have a half decent read on the whole table, but negative 81 is the most interesting. I wonder if a re-raise would do any good here in terms of getting rid of somebody. Actually, I don't think so, so I'm going to just call. A re-raise is probably be actually the right play, and that's what negative 81 is doing. Okay, so now I'm convinced that he has a real hand, and I fold. Whoa, and negative 81 is still alive. I can't believe it. Yeah, it was bound to happen, really. Yeah, that's right, and he wins with a bigger 2-pair. Yep. Alright, so we made the money. Alright, we made the money. And I know that it's time to start getting aggressive, but I'm not going to do it here and not with 3-2. Gonna wait a couple more hands and then start mixing it up. After all, why do the pushing when you can find a donkey to do the pulling? The last time he raised that was pocket kings, huh? I'm gonna actually give him credit. Until he proves me otherwise. So that, now he's checking. That may be like ace queen or ace jack, something like that. Still checking. Well, great, I get to see his cards. Ace 7. He raised with ace 7. Okay, that's interesting. And he called with 4-8. That's even stupider. Okay. 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 So, GM Nick Astro overvalues his hands. And Acid Justice calls with anything. I think we're just about in position to start mixing it up next hand. I can promise you it doesn't matter what two cards I get next hand. I'm going to be raising. He should have made a lot more money off that. Looks like I thought about it enough. Great. Okay. So we're off. Little do they know, they may be in for a wild ride. Okay, so actually those two calls don't really bother me that much. At the baby end of a straight, I actually think I can accomplish quite a bit with a reasonably small re-raise here. And actually I probably save money because I still don't have anything. If I'm going to do something, it's going to be on the river. $31,000 is what I needed. All right, I take it down. I guess they gave me credit for an ace, huh? Well, it's time to keep the pressure on, and actually that's a pretty good hand. Three-handed. We've kind of got these guys out of their comfort zone a little bit. Honestly, I think I'm going to bet again.